It's 7:30 on this Thursday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're talking about chatbots, college, brides and Birkenstocks. We're talking about dating spreadsheets and shorter work weeks. And of course, as always, I want to know what you think about it, so I need you to join us live. So Jim, let's talk about how you can do it. We're streaming, so there are a lot of different ways. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. We'll check those coming up in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, maybe, just maybe, you just finished watching the 7 o'clock version of Like It or Not. Maybe you thought you had some hot takes you wanted to share in response to the stories they talked about. Well, you can join us live. Hey, Britt McHenry, I see you swiping through on TikTok. All you need to do is grab your phone, scan that QR code, or punch in that meeting ID. It'll bring you right into our Zoom room, and you can share your hot takes. If you're watching on our website, though, fox5dc.com or Fox Local on your phone, and you can't scan that QR code, you can still join the Zoom room. I have a link to it on my Instagram page, Fox5 Producer Chris. We also have it in our Fox 5 Instagram broadcast channel. You can find that there. Broadcast channel, also where we post some stories to get the conversation going a little bit early. In the meantime, though, we'll check in with our virtual co-host in just a second. First, though, we have to say hello to our in-studio one. Please welcome back media personality Carmen Felder. Carmen,
hello.
First time seeing you this year on the show.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. A belated Happy New Year. Larry David would not be happy with us. He says there's like a 5-day... Anyway, that's a whole different story. I don't know. What does he know? How have you been?
Great.
How's the new year going so far?
Actually, it's fabulous. I have a gratitude journal, and I probably have about 20 things on there. I put things on every day.
I mean, we're only 29 days into the year, so that's a good start.
I'm loving it.
Very nice. Anything new? Anything exciting? Where can people follow you?
Of course, Carmen Felder, Felder Carmen. I make it so easy. I mean, I have a golf tournament coming up, April 17th.
Are you a golfer?
I'm a cute golfer.
Okay, got it.
And I don't know if you guys have watched Power Book 4.
Okay.
We have some people flying in, Jannard and Diamond, who were like, pow, pow. Diamond was killed, but they're going to come play golf with us.
Spoiler alert.
Hopefully we can get Tommy, too.
Okay, very nice. I'd love to see it. All right. I am a golfer in training. Let's put it that way. I recently took it up. I've had to take a little bit of a break since my schedule changed. But
shocker.
I have enjoyed it, and I want to get back out there and start playing.
It's so much fun.
It is, and it's something I can do for the rest of my life. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, I love it.
All right.
And I like the outfits.
You know what the only problem is? The weather out there right now, not super ideal for golf. You ready to dive right in?
Yes, let's go.
All right, let's do it. Frustration or relief? That's what some parents may be feeling in Montgomery County tonight. The school district made it official this afternoon. School will be closed again on Friday. That means kids have now been at home for a full week since this storm hit on Sunday. We're on Thursday. School's still closed on Friday. And get this, the school district says it's working to get back on schedule, but they warn they could be on a 2-hour delay come Monday as well. Now, at the same time, DC schools reopened today. They were on a 2-hour delay. We talked to some parents outside of Shirley Chisholm Elementary, and reaction, safe to say, was mixed. Take a listen.
I know there's a lot of strings and people wanting to, some people wanting kids to go back, some people don't think it's safe. You know, it's somewhat selfishly, I think it would have been better to stay and have another snow day. It's a really tough decision to make.
You think school should have been open?
Yeah.
Why?
When I home, misses lesson. Yes, I think the school should be open today.
Terrible walking here with a 4 and 6-year-old and dangerous. And in addition to that, looking at the way our neighborhood looks, I feel awful for any teachers that have to commute in because the sidewalks around the schools may be clear in some cases, but you can't get on the sidewalks from the metro, or you can't drive, or it's just terrible.
All right, so that was DC Public Schools. They're on a 2-hour delay again tomorrow, I believe. Double check that before you take my word for it. Montgomery County closed, though. Carmen, are you team keep the schools closed, or are you team open them back up and get back to class?
Keep the keep the schools closed. First of all, we have built-in school days that we can have the kids off, and I believe it's 5. So give them those 5 days. This is the first snowstorm, and I'm telling you, those sidewalks are icy and slippery, and kids barely have their balance on a regular day, okay?
Yeah.
Who wants to take your kid to the emergency room?
No.
I think this really focuses on something else. Hey, enjoy your kids at home.
Yeah, and I know it can be tough for a lot of parents because they might not necessarily have the time off, and if they're trying to remote work or remote learn, then they're pulling double duty where they're trying to go to work and they're trying to teach and keep an eye on their kids at the same time. I know there is no simple solution to this. Allison's in the Zoom room tonight. Allison, are you team open the schools or are you team more snow days?
Yeah, definitely keep the kids home because it is very dangerous. A lot of kids walk to school, like my son. There's walking paths that have not at all been cleared out. It's just thick ice. And the kids will have no choice but to walk in the street, which is definitely not safe. And then again, even some of the buses, there's some of the areas that have still not been completely plowed out. So until it's safe, until the sidewalks and streets are a little more clear, just let them wait a little while.
Yeah, and on top of all of that, it's cold outside too.
It is
and
super
that's
cold.
one of the reasons that snow and ice is not going anywhere. I mean, the morning temperatures when kids would be standing out at the bus stop anyway, it's sub-freezing and has stayed that way. Roxanne's in the Zoom room tonight. Roxanne, thanks so much for joining us. Is this your first time?
No. Roxanne, we can't hear you.
Hey guys, no, I've been here before. Good
Okay.
to see everybody again.
Welcome back. Where are you watching from?
I am at home in Brambleton right now.
Okay, so are you team keep the schools closed or are you team send the kids back?
I'm team keep the schools closed. I don't think that the sidewalks are completely cleared for everybody. Better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I think a lot of parents out there agree with you, but I know some want to see their kids go back as well. Ashley's in the Zoom room as well. Ashley, welcome back.
Hi.
All right, are you team keep the schools closed or are you team send the kids back? Who's watching over your shoulder?
Oh, that's my boyfriend, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey.
I am team keep the schools closed because in our neighborhood, it's horrible. My daughter already slipped and fall going into the house.
Oh, no.
And like the roads may be clear, but the sidewalks are not good enough. No.
Okay. Sandra's in the Zoom room tonight. Sandra, we've talked about Montgomery County. We've talked about D.C. I know you're in Northern Virginia. What is the situation there?
Here, I know, well, in my neighborhood, I know they came and, plowed through and everything else, but I'm definitely keeping the kids home safe. Even though, I didn't time this at all, so this week was supposed to be my vacation time, and now I'm actually spending it at home with the kids. It was just an awful timing, but
Oh, no.
I'm definitely keep the kids safe, but I am old school. I lived in New York and we had blizzards and all sorts of stuff. We walked to school, it was a norm for us,
Right.
but the kids got to be safe too. I've seen too many freak accidents in school buses with children, so
Yeah.
it's better to be safe than sorry.
Sandra, are you feeling better today too?
A little bit.
A
I'm
little
still feeling a little bad, but I was like, you know what? I gotta show my face today.
Well, I appreciate
Aw,
you
thank
joining
you.
us as always. All right, speaking of school, more and more students and their parents are apparently turning to artificial intelligence for help in the college admission process. So we're jumping ahead a little bit here. According to the New York Times, 1/3 of high school students surveyed said they had used AI tools like ChatGPT as part of their college planning. The most popular reason they used it was researching the school. Some even asked the chatbots to rank their top choices based on things like finances, classes, and of course, vibes. So, Carmen, using ChatGPT to help pick a college, do you like this or not?
I think it's amazing. I think if I had the tool, I would have done it also. There are so many pitfalls that you don't know, especially going out to a different state. And your parents may not know it, your friends may not know it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, they don't have this. Where's the closest museum? Like I lived in Tampa, Florida. The closest museum was like St. Pete. and that was like an hour away. There were no museums. I just thought every state had museums. So now you can look it up and know those things, the advantages, and you can know what's not going to be there, what's going to be there. I think it's the perfect thing.
Did you ever go to the Ringling Museum in Sarasota by any chance?
Sarasota was like an hour away
Yeah,
too.
so I mean, my in-laws, who may or may not be watching because
For
they're staying
one
with us
museum?
right now, they're down in Bradenton, and every time I fly into Sarasota, they pointed out the Ringling Mansion, which is also a museum. It's only open certain days a week, but I've never actually been because I'm always like flying in or out. On
I'm
a
sure
different
you're
day.
not missing
Random
anything.
story, but I just
But do you understand? It's like
oh yeah, 100%.
DC, we have
I
all
think
these museums,
it's
and then
an excellent tool to kind of give you more, information about a school or an area that you may not be familiar with. Allison, do you like the idea of using AI to help, if not pick the college you're going to, at least narrow down the list a little?
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Chris. It would definitely help to narrow down because I remember driving to several states, going to meet and go see what's around and how the areas are, what restaurants are closed. All of that is important. And I have one more child that'll be going to college in a couple years, and then that'll be it. So I'm going to use this to help.
Well, there you go.
Yes.
Excellent. I love that idea. All right, who else we got in the Zoom? Roxanne in the Zoom room. Roxanne, do you like the idea of using AI to help pick a college?
Absolutely. I think it just helps you make an educated guess on what you want to go see. So like she said, narrowing it down, making it a little bit easier. So I'm all for AI help.
Okay. Sandra, I know you got a couple years, but do you like the idea of using chatbots to kind of help out in this college admission process?
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, times have changed. So, technology is very different than what we were used to, some 20, 30 years ago. But, I think it's pretty cool. That's my daughter. But yeah, I have exactly, I think 2 or 3.5 years before my first two start going to college. And then I'll have I don't know, another 10 years before the next two,
So God knows how much things will have changed in that time alone.
Right, exactly. But I want to be like the old-fashioned parent that drives their kids to college tours and stuff like that. I'm looking forward to it. So
yeah, I don't think,
especially plays football. So yeah,
nice.
I don't think any chatbot can replace that actual campus experience.
Exactly.
Going and seeing it in person. I remember those old school, like whether it was like the Princeton Review that was like this thick with all of the different colleges that you could scan through and learn a few little details about. But I mean, I joked on the Take It Two earlier today when we talked about this story that the AI can't be worse than me making a decision based on where like my high school girlfriend went to college and looking for ones that were at least in driving or metro distance from there.
Well, yeah, you're right. And the
Right?
thing about it is, I did that with my son Malachi when he was 8. I think he had decided to go to Harvard, and I had a business trip there, and I took him to Boston with me, and I loved the campus.
Yeah.
Like I would have never thought it was so beautiful. I'm like, okay, now I feel a little bit better about you leaving home
Right.
and going to
And,
Boston.
Harvard,
do you have a
Harvard,
good
not
accent?
the worst reputation. No, I do not. I'm
Boston.
stuck with my Philly accent, and I shall not even attempt to do anything. All right, let's head out into the work world now. We'll leave school behind, and this one may be good news for anyone wishing it was already the weekend, because a Washington state lawmaker, not Washington D.C. unfortunately, is proposing a bill for a lighter work week. It would shorten the standard work week to 32 hours, starting in 2028. All across the state, while still maintaining pay and benefits and forcing employers to pay overtime if you work more than that 32 hours. The representative argued that Americans work 125 more hours a year than workers in Canada and other parts of the world, and that the United States is not necessarily more productive as a result. Take a listen.
Here in Washington State, in the People's Republic of San Juan County, where a 32-hour week is law, officials have reported an 18% decrease in sick calls, a 216% increase in people applying for job openings, and an 83% rate of workers who saw improved work-life balance.
All right, so not the worst stats right there. Carmen, the idea of a 32-hour work week, do you like it or not?
I love it. I think that will take away a lot of medical problems, heart attacks, stress, depression. It has to be in trial a trial period. But I think it'll kind of push people to be entrepreneurs, because if you feel like you can do it less time, then you start thinking about, maybe I should create my own business.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I always say that, why should I be in an office for 8 hours if it only takes me 6 hours to get the job done? Allison, do you like the idea of a 32-hour work week?
Most people that I talk to, all my coworkers have begged for this and say they want it. For me, it's not necessarily a thing, because I want to work all day and all night, and I'm looking for a night job. Fox 5, I'm looking for a night job.
Okay.
So for me, it wouldn't make a difference. I just want to work all the time.
All right.
Okay, girl.
Ashley's in the Zoom room. Ashley, do you like the idea of a shorter work week but full pay still?
I absolutely love it. So at my job now, I work 35 hours. We get off at 2 o'clock on Fridays. And I wouldn't want to find another job where I had to work 40 hours. So yes, I would love it. Give me an extra 5 hours off too. Perfect.
Yeah. Kevin, do you agree?
I totally agree with whatever she says.
All right.
That's a good man right
Smart
there.
man, exactly.
Good
All
man,
right.
Savannah.
Listen, did you realize that it's all women except Kevin? It's girl power. Are they here for you?
I know that they're not, because otherwise they would have been here every other night. I know that they're here for Carmen. I know Freddie's in there as well. Freddie, do you like the idea of a 32-hour work week?
Oh yeah, so that way I can make more money. And who knows? If I work at Fox 5 full time, who knows? I can work a night shift as well.
I hate to break it to you, Freddie. If you're working at Fox 5, you're not
Carmen,
working
how you
32 hours a week. You're going to be working a lot more than that.
Yes, I would definitely work for Fox 5 anytime. If I could work mornings or night, either or.
All
I'm
right.
working for it.
Well, I know some managers who may be watching and listening, so you guys keep putting it out there into the universe. Look, I love this idea, because I can complain. I do complain all the time that
You do not.
Well, the weekend isn't long enough to do all the things that you need and want to be able to do. It would be nice, even if it was like one day a month, to be able to schedule doctor's appointment, haircuts, all of
You
those.
don't have that?
Well, I mean, not if I'm working full time every day, 5
true.
days a week. Anyway, it would be nice to just not have to use a weekend day to take care of some of that admin stuff. You know what I mean? So that then
And
your
it's hard,
weekends
too.
could truly be, and when you throw kids into the mix and they have their own events going on, you don't really end up with a day off, so to speak.
You can't be off, because everyone's looking like, where's Chris at? Oh my
well,
gosh.
thank you. I just took about 3 weeks off, so
I know, how
can't
dare you.
really complain. Speaking of work, some experts say you should be keeping a brag book at work. The Wall Street Journal says that logging and publicizing your on-the-job wins is a way to control your professional narrative. The paper goes on to say that in an age of rising layoffs and AI, these brag books can help you find your next career move. However, they also acknowledge that filling your folder can sometimes mean fishing for compliments, which can feel awkward at times. So, tracking your professional accomplishments and then carrying the receipts around with you. Do you like this or not?
I have it in my back pocket
You
right
have it
now.
in your
Matter of
back
fact, hold
pocket.
up. I love that. I don't want to be braggadocious, but when you have major wins, you need to be able, I forget some of my wins. And so when you have to update your CV or your resume, you're like, what did I do again? And so I feel like if you have them written down, then you'll be like, okay, that makes sense. The only thing that you have to worry about with that is haters.
Yeah, wow.
And that you're being superficial or you're being too much. But that always is shining a light or a mirror back on people who aren't doing as much, and they feel like, well,
Right.
who do you think you
I
are?
100% think you're right on that aspect. And even if you're not necessarily walking around and showing it off to everyone in the office, when you get called into the corner office and you go in there asking for a raise or defending what you do, then having those receipts and that proven track record of success, I think would be invaluable.
Do you have one?
No.
Yeah, you pause too much.
I'll be honest with you, though. My wife tells me pretty regularly that I should be making notes of some of the
I'm
things
sure
that
she
I
has
do.
one for you. You just don't know.
She's my biggest fan, and I love her so much. Thank you for that. Roxanne, do you like the idea of having a brag book that you carry around with you at work?
I wouldn't necessarily want a brag book to carry around with me, but putting it in your notes and recognizing the accomplishments that you've made and reaching goals, I think that's important for yourself. But an actual brag book, no, I wouldn't.
You're right. That is kind of old. Maybe in your
Yeah,
notes.
just
That
put it
makes
in my
sense.
notes.
I mean, I think
I'm gonna put my wins in my notes.
I think it's similar, the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I joked
Yeah.
I joked earlier that this is basically most people's LinkedIn pages these days are their version of a brag book.
Or social
True.
media.
Social media,
Yep,
that's another
yep.
way to do it.
Instagram.
That's another one.
All right, guys, keep the comments coming on all of the stories we have talked about so far. Coming up next, we're talking about using a spreadsheet and a score system to rank your dates. Plus, bridal Birkenstocks. Do you like it or not? We'll be right back. I know she's going to. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Thursday night. Producer Chris alongside Carmen Felder, and this story I have been looking forward to all day. We did this earlier on the 2 o'clock. Listen, we know dating can be difficult, especially here in the DMV. But apparently one woman is trying to simplify it, but she's trying to simplify it with an especially complicated and organized approach. Take a look.
I was talking to a friend recently, and she's like, oh, I'm not having a lot of success finding men. I said, oh no, what's wrong? She goes, well, none of them are meeting my requirements according to her chart. I want you to take a look at this. She has different questions.
This is insane.
That she ranks every single man
You should see
on.
the guys in the studio right now. They're on the
You
screen
ready? She goes,
reading
okay,
this.
let me read you some of these. Was there good banter? So if it's a 3, that means there was great banter. 2 was okay. 1 is red. Did they smell nice? Were they my type? Did I enjoy the conversation? And at the very bottom, basically, it gives each guy a score. And so some men outrank other men, which is very interesting. So this is apparently a trend that has really caught on TikTok a little bit, where people are like, listen, this has got to be a little bit more systematic, some people are saying, because I just don't know where I fall or how I feel with some of these people. Here's
That
my
first
take.
guy's all red flags.
It's not, dating is not down to a science, okay? This is trying to make science out of something that should be somewhat enjoyable. This is too much. I was against this. And I told her I was putting it on the show, so she sent me her little sheet that she has.
We need names too.
Yeah.
Good work, Jack, getting us a visual. You're absolutely right. I mean, these two could not get enough. They were like on the screen reading the prompts here.
Girl, maybe it's you. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's you.
Maybe it's you, intern John says. Carmen, using a spreadsheet of criteria to rank your dates and judge your dates. Do you like this or not?
Me, myself, I don't have enough time. And ma'am, I don't know how you have enough time. That was extensive right there. And maybe that's the point. You have too much time. You need some hobbies. And then, like, where are you getting these questions? Did you get them from AI? Did you, through your life, figure out all these questions? And how many dates does it take for you to get to those questions?
Yeah.
Is it 5 each date, 10 each date? I think it's too much. Life is too short. And I'm sorry, I'm booked and busy. I just don't have time to do that. And are you remembering the answers? Or how are you putting them down in your phone under the table?
I mean, these were Ashley.
So
Ashley,
many questions.
Do you like this sort of criteria? Do you like keeping a spreadsheet like this? Did you do this to Kevin? And can you really apply this scientific approach to finding love, or is it more of just a feeling?
Definitely a feeling. The crazy thing is me and Kevin met online. We did Facebook dating.
We did.
And it was literally, it's just a feeling. Like once you meet, once you talk, once you get to know each other, you just know. And I'm not doing no spreadsheet. That's too much time.
Crazy, huh?
Too much time.
That's
And
wild.
Yeah, no.
All right, Allison, do you like the spreadsheet approach, and does Onyx like it for you?
Yeah, no, Onyx doesn't want me to date ever, and I'm with Onyx. But I would think that's a good idea. If somebody had time, maybe I would not want it to be that extensive. But sometimes you want to remember little things you may have forgot, like, oh, I forgot his breath is bad. Let me not go to that one. Or, you just have to remember certain things that you might not remember, and you might not date the person again for another 6 months to a year. So I think it could be a good idea if it's not so
6 months to
expensive.
a year, girl. What you talking about? And
That's called circling the block.
yeah, that's when you bored.
Going
And
back 6
also,
months
if
to
the
a
breath
year.
is kicking like Jackie Chan, you are not going back. I'm gonna remember that. No.
Yeah, I don't think you need a spreadsheet for that one. Roxanne, I see you laughing. Do you like the idea of using this spreadsheet?
That's hilarious. Yeah, if you're gonna remember bad breath for sure. No, that's too much. Like Carmen says, nobody has time for that. If you're busy and you just have life going on, nobody has time to fill out an extensive sheet like that. I think maybe simplified. There are people that might catch on to that trend, but yeah, me personally, absolutely not.
Were you able to kind of see some of the criteria that she had, whether it was like picked a nice spot and gave that a ranking? Aren't those all sort of things that you kind of do in your head during the date anyway? Does this just mean maybe she's going on too many dates that she needs to rank them against each other to see who stacks up how?
That's a good point. If she's coming up with something like this and filling it in, she's clearly on a mission to find her husband. And I feel like, yeah, I agree with you when you say when you're going somewhere or just what the person looks like, if you're attracted to them, it just all comes natural. Like you don't need to put everything down on a spreadsheet.
Yeah. It sounds like some of those guys might be dodging.
Well, it might be a
bullet.
superior complex too.
Maybe.
Because how can you tell
Maybe
somebody's
this is
answers
just how
are
she
wrong?
organizes her life, but I do
so
feel a
nice.
little bit bad for that person who she does end up in a relationship with, if they will then still be held to these same standards.
Yeah.
And like coming back with like receipts, like we talked about, being like, here's the ways you've disappointed me. Speaking of looking good, lifestyle guru and Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Martha Stewart committed to her beauty routine, to the point that during a recent interview, the lifestyle mogul revealed that she gets up early to shower and put on makeup for the gym, and she says she does it because there's guys there. The 84-year-old went on to explain that she wants to look her best wherever she goes. So Carmen, wearing makeup to the gym, do you like it or do you not?
No. I want to be all natural. I might have some eyelashes on. Actually, I'm kind of different. I wear sunglasses in the gym and headphones because I don't want anybody talking to me. I'm acting like I'm there by myself. I don't want to be talked to, and I don't want those men because they're not as sexy as I am.
Does it work?
Yep, they don't talk to me.
Okay, that's put out those vibes. Allison, do you like this or not?
I'm with Carmen. We'll put some eyelashes on and that's it. Nothing else. It's going to sweat off.
Roxanne, do you agree with Martha Stewart, Roxanne, Allison and Carmen?
I personally am not wearing makeup to go work out, but go Martha, go every woman who feels like that's something that they want to do. But no makeup on my face for the gym.
Ashley, I'm going to call on you for this one, but it's secretly just because I want to see your cat.
I think he just got here. No makeup.
No makeup.
I agree with everybody else. Lashes, and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else is gonna
and
smell.
that's it. All right, I got to squeeze this last story in because I teased it. Last night we were talking about engagement ring pops. Tonight we're talking about bridal Birkenstocks. The Vogue Wedding Instagram account posted about them this week, asking whether or not they are the big trend. Let's take a look at them, Jim. Supporters say they could be a response to the rising wedding trend for brides to be a bit more done and a true version of themselves. They say they could also be the ultimate hack for enduring dance floor longevity. Carmen, I know you're not going to like this.
No, I'm not paying a lot of money for them. They're not very cute. I will get some little flats, and that's good. But it's called branding innovation, and that's what they're doing.
100%. They're still going to sell out, guaranteed. I like the idea of wearing what you want and then switching into something afterwards if you want to be a little bit more comfortable. Thank you to everyone who joined us tonight in the Zoom room. Thank you to everyone who's watching on Fox Local. We'll be back at 9 o'clock with Tony P. We'll have an update on all of the weather and all the other stories we've been following out there tonight. For producer Jim, I'm producer Chris. Carmen Felder. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.